here on TalkSport 2 with me this evening. England goalkeeper Jack Butland says the squad's two-day boot camp with the Royal Marines thing he's ever done before. Manager Gareth Southgate took the players to Devon this week on a team bonding exercise. They're together preparing for Saturday's World Cup qualifier against Scotland in Glasgow. Butland says it was a tough couple of days.
But it was one of the most rewarding experiences, I've ever had. We got to experience, their way of life, the way they do things, their values, and just how tight-knit they are as a family. And I think as a squad and players, we all, benefited from that.
Now, it's interesting looking ahead to England's friendly against Scotland at Hampden Park on Saturday. Reports in today's Mail suggest police are unhappy with UEFA's decision to schedule the match for a 5 p.m. kickoff. Reports extra security will also be shipped in following recent terror attacks in Manchester and London. Authorities are worried that this could lead, though, to crowd violence before the game. Top sports journalist in Scotland, Glasgow Herald editor Stuart Weir, offered his view to Will Gavin on TalkSport.
The police in Glasgow for a great many years have asked for all Old Firm matches to be put forward to as early a time as possible. I mean, one of these days we're going to end up with a 6:15 in the morning kick-off, just because they see that the earlier that you have these matches, the less opportunity there is for any kind of crowd trouble or any kind of violence or any kind of alcohol-related incidents. And 5 o'clock on a Saturday gives a great many people ample drinking time. Although it might help on occasions, but I
was going to say, I don't understand what your implication is there at all, Stuart. But
it's changed days in the newspaper industry. But the police have obviously got their reservations. The thing that surprises me on this one, Will, is that we've known as a 5 o'clock kickoff for literally months, if not a year, and to now turn around and say, yeah, we're a bit wary of this 5 p.m. kickoff. It seems to be, trying to bolt the gate after the horse has long gone.
Stuart Weir from the Glasgow Herald with his view ahead of England-Scotland at Hampden Park at the weekend. It's all the time we have really on French Open Live. What was a stalling and stuttering afternoon's worth of action at Roland Garros. But we have two semi-finalists from the women's side of the draw confirmed, Bacsinszky and Ostapenko, who will be joining them and also who will be making through to the semi-finals in the men's side of the draw. We still wait to see from the action in Paris. The Lions Den with Russ Hargreaves, it comes next, though, here on TalkSport 2. Thanks for being with us. Have a very good evening.
Match Point Radio.
He's done it! The crowd have just gone delirious.
TalkSport 2.
Wilbur and I are on a mission with British Gas to help make Britain's homes smarter. We've been all over the country helping install our new smart meters, and he's worn out, poor lad. You'll see how much energy you're using in pounds and pence, putting you in control of your energy use. And your smart meters automatically send us your readings, so you'll always have accurate bills.
Join the millions already enjoying the benefits. Search British Gas Smart Meters, subject to eligibility.
Imagine this. It's time to change your car. Someone offers to buy it. Great, but only if you buy your new car from them. Ugh, which means you don't have the freedom to shop around for a better deal. Well, that's what happens when you trade your car in. So why not try selling to WeBuyAnyCar.com? Then you'll be a cash buyer, all footloose and fancy-free, off to try and get a better deal on your next car. Imagine that. Enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com. Terms and conditions apply. See WeBuyAnyCar.com/info.
This summer, cricket continents will collide.
I think he's out! He is! He's out!
The biggest stars in cricket will align.
Short ball is wrapped at the pad, a loud appeal is given him!
To battle it out in pursuit of one ultimate prize, the ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
That's what the crowd wants to see.
TalkSport and TalkSport 2 will bring you all the action. Full ball-by-ball commentary throughout every day of every match of the tournament.
Oh, that's gone for six.
The 2017 ICC Champions Trophy this June on TalkSport and TalkSport 2.
That is huge.
Good evening, you're listening to TalkSport 2. Coming up at 10 o'clock, it's the Nat Coombs Show, bringing you all the latest US sporting action. And following that, you can hear the highlights of England's Champions Trophy cricket match against New Zealand. Coming up now, though, here on TalkSport 2, it's the Lion's Den with Russell Hargreaves.
Online and on DAB Digital Radio. The Lion's Den on TalkSport 2.
Welcome to the Lion's Den here on TalkSport 2. I'm Russell Hargreaves alongside the Sun's rugby reporter Johnny Fordham, live from our TalkSport hotel here in downtown Auckland as the clock ticks down to the second match of the tour to New Zealand. Live here on your real home of live sport. It's against local Super Rugby team the Blues in an 8:35 kickoff tomorrow morning. We'll also hear in full from the likes of Dan Cole, Rob Howley and former All Black Justin Marshall over the course of the next hour on DAB, the TalkSport app and via talksport.com. You're listening to the Lion's Den, brought to you by the Audi Q5 with even more intuitive technology. It doesn't just drive, it thinks. And for more details, check out your nearest centre or visit audi.co.uk. In the Lion's Den of the tour, the Lion's Den today. It's an honour being the TalkSport team hotel, which is a pretty nice place, isn't it? It's good to have you here. Bought you a coffee, got you a bit of water.
Yeah, it's absolutely wonderful, yeah, apart from the weather, which has turned because it was lovely and sunny earlier, and now it's raining. Typical New Zealand.
We've had a lot of downpours, haven't we, of course, in the build-up to the first game up in Whangarei. Not exactly great from the Lions, but they did it. They got a win. We now build up to the game tomorrow evening, our time. It's a real test, isn't it? Take on the Blues.
Yeah, absolutely, and it kind of feels like the tour started after the big Maori welcome on Sunday. It felt like that was the start of the I think that Warren Ball is a way that you can beat the All Blacks, though, because if you've got someone, I think Ben Teo's really playing his way into the test team at the moment. After that first game, yes, I know it was against sheep farmers and painters and gardeners and all that kind of thing. I think he's on the up at the moment. He had a good Six Nations with England with his super sub appearances off the bench. You know, someone like him or Henshaw, I think they're going to be the first receiver. Owen Farrell's going to be the 10. The Sexton Farrell, I don't think that's going to be in Gatland's thoughts at the moment. So we are going to see them kind of smash it up through the middle, but you need that, and then get it out wide, get it to George North, get it to Liam Williams, these guys, and then you'll see, as he's been talking about, then you'll see the X factor.
Someone like a Teo, though, can also run some very devastating and destructive lines, partly because of his rugby league background, in my view, but there is that extra element where perhaps Warren Ball 2, if you're going to say, is a new version where it's got a bit more depth and a bit more unpredictability.
Yeah, I like it. You just coined Warren Ball 2.0 there, haven't you? Absolutely. But Warren Gatland and his coaching staff, he's got Andy Farrell in there. They're not just going to be wanting to try and smash them up. They need to do more than just smash it up through the middle against the All Blacks. Yeah, get in their faces, rough them up, because they absolutely hate that. You saw it with Ireland, quick off the line, get up in their faces
Front
in the
football.
fence. Exactly. Get up in their faces in the fence and smash them through the middle and then look to go wide.
OK, the views of the Suns' Johnny Ford, and one man who knows Gatland as well as pretty much anybody in the game is his right-hand man with Wales and with the Lions, attack coach Rob Howley, the former Welsh international scrum half, has been speaking to our very own match commentator across TalkSport and TalkSport 2, Andrew McKenna, at today's media conference up the hill at the Team Hotel.
We want to improve on the performance on Saturday. I think having been involved in the last 2 Lions tours, that's the challenge, coming together in terms of the way we want to play, get an understanding of our players on a daily training programme, playing 15 against 15, and it's work in progress. But the one thing which we need to do is obviously still working on our foundations, putting some principles of the way we want to play, and having a framework whereby the players have the ability to play what's in front of them. Rugby is dictated by speed of ball, numbers in the defensive line, and it's important that we're able to adapt and play what we see. And I think that the one thing which I think the players have really enjoyed is, we call it rugby chaos, 15 against 15. It's very unstructured. Obviously, we're all aware of the pace of the game in the Southern Hemisphere, and it's really important that we get up to speed as quickly as possible. And that's a challenge for us as coaches, learning about our players on a daily basis and putting them under pressure in terms of whether it's time on the ball, fatigue, or in terms of numbers. And I think that it's a continual learning. The frameworks clearly aren't in place, as you've seen by the performance on the weekend, but we want to improve, and we know we need to improve over the next couple of
with you. I am sick and tired of religious rules and regulations trying to overshadow the harmony and the peace of this nation. We wouldn't accept the right wing. And when we have the national, we were on a hit list once. What was it? That was your fault.
Right.
Because you were Jewish.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I said no, he's not really.
We had the counter-terrorist squad come round our houses.
So we've all, we just want. What we want is
security.
people.
I mean, not to arrest her for security reasons.
What we want is people to live peacefully and harmoniously together. Follow any religious or belief you want. Not try to impose ridiculous, petty restrictions. The idea that you can't shake my wife's hand because your religion says...
Yeah, but that's not really extremist. That's your normal, average religious... that's not the extremists.
It's not acceptable in my view in this country.
Oh, no.
It's not acceptable.
That's not really extremist, though.
Isn't it?
That's sort of normal. Your normal imam probably wouldn't shake hands with Mrs. W.
Really? Well, then
so.
I don't want imams in the country. I'm
well,
sorry.
No.
If you were... No. I am not having a...
I don't know if that's true. We have to ask an imam, but I think,
I don't think they're talking to us anymore.
Same with a rabbi, though.
What?
You won't shake Mrs. W. hand.
You're kidding.
A religious rabbi won't.
You're kidding.
I will. I'll do more.
Now
to make up for
now
it.
You're
I'll make up for the rabbis not doing it.
That is just sick. I'm sorry, but if you've got a religion
because
that
it's
says,
like it's like having an affair. That's how they look at it.
That's pathetically stupid. That is pathetically.
Well, no, but it might
stupid.
get inflamed.
Oh, shut up.
No, because she's got very soft hands.
Shut up. I don't believe that. And if there are religious people who feel that their religion precludes them from touching somebody I'm not shaking the hand or kissing, then quite frankly...
Skin-to-skin contact, man. I mean,
I am sickened by that. Sickened by it. I suppose it's a bit like the Christians who say, if you think in lustful terms about another woman... That is the same as having an affair.
So you might as well have an affair then.
That is sick and stupid,
in one way you look at it, isn't it? Because you can't stop that, can you? I mean, Ken says he can stop it, but I'd like to get in his mind.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near Ken's mind.
Just for 10 minutes.
No, I wouldn't.
Because you might be singing a nice song.
All right. The phone lines are open. What are your thoughts on this? Are we just being provocative for the sake of it, or are we in some way perhaps... nailing our colours to the mast?
On the tube? That's what how did he get a job on the tube, this guy?
Because they don't tell the truth.
After he'd been in the Channel 4 documentary, he gets a job on the tube. He gets in all tunnels under Parliament, and how did that happen?
Well, these people want to, the people who vet, the people who actually employ...
Just watch Channel 4, that's all they had to do.
And the organisations thereof, actually, if I hear a top cop saying... we must learn lessons, or we'll learn lessons, then I'll scream. If it is because successive governments haven't funded us enough, then or funded the police service, then let's find out. The topic I was going to start off the show with is this, and this is a simple question. Is it time to arm every policeman? If every policeman was armed... In Paris today, a guy wanted to attacked a policeman with a hammer. Now, people say, well, he only had a hammer. You can do a lot of damage. In fact...
You could taser a man with a hammer.
You could kill somebody with a hammer as well. Yeah, but tasers are not as accurate as you think.
Yeah, but that's what they're for.
Possibly. But I would rather people... If you want to attack a policeman, just get shot.
Well...
If you want to attack a policeman, just eliminate. Why do we want people who want to behave like that in this country?
Well,
now, they could be mentally ill, I understand that, but then that's a whole different argument, and our psychiatric services have to be overhauled, and that's time for the future, and people who are out on our street because of care in the community need to be looked after and put in a place of safety.
Yeah.
Is it time to arm all police? I tell you, I think it is. How
many people will get killed, though, who shouldn't be? Do you know what I mean? There'll be mistakes, like in America.
Well, there won't be mistakes like in America,
you might
hopefully,
end up
because
with more
we're not
than 20
Americans.
dead, just innocent people.
No, we're not like Americans. A lot of Americans are nuts, aren't they? And by the way,
we'll never be.
By the way, Donald Trump, you keep your flipping nose out of our business, Donald Trump, and stop dissing the mayor of London.
Yeah.
Dissing the mayor of
Imagine
London.
if we diss the mayor of New York after the Twin Towers.
Yeah. And by the way, Donald Trump, you're not wanted here in October. We put you off in June or July.
Leave it another 6 months now.
Don't bother coming to London in October because nobody wants you.
Come in March now.
Yeah. I'm going on American radio station tomorrow, the day after, to talk about the election.
Which one?
Our election.
No, I mean, no election. Which station?
Good Day USA. We're done.
Yeah,
so I'm going to go on there and I'm going to have a chat.
We got James Whale from the United Kingdom.
I'm going to tell them I don't want your president coming over here. See what that does.
They love their president. Even when they don't like the person, they see the president as their queen, isn't it?
Yeah. Phones are ringing. Let's get to the calls. We'll take a commercial break. Call us 0344 499 1000.
How are we going to make the whole nation rise, agitate, educate, organise? Join the conversation party.
Well, I can't add anything to that, Colin.
Election 2017 on Talk Radio.
We got it at Selco. Selco, it's where the trade goes.
At Selco Builders Warehouse, we've got real deals on a wide range of trade-quality building products. We've got 100 by 32mm grooved easy deck board for only 99 pence per metre ex VAT. Now that's a real deal. See selcobw.com for even more real deals and to find your nearest branch.
We got it at Selco. Selco. It's where the trade go.
Hi, I'm here to trade in my trainers.
Trade in your trainers?
Yeah, they're really old. Didn't buy them here. Seen better days, to be honest. I wouldn't get too close. I want to put them towards some lovely new ones.
Sorry, sir, we don't do that.
Really? Vauxhall do. I just got £2,000 for my old banger to put towards a brand new car.
Yes, you can afford a new car. Scrap your old car, and on top of our other great offers, we'll give you £2,000 scrappage to put towards a shiny new Vauxhall. Visit your local retailer or search Vauxhall Scrappage for more information. Trading car registered in your name for at least 90 days. Offer available to individuals and small businesses. UK supplied vehicles only. Exclusions apply. Limited time at participating retailers. Full T's and C's apply.
Man, that Hypnos bed is comfortable. Time to get up, work to do. Shower, tick. Shave, tick. Dressed, next question. Time for all-you-can-eat brekkie with the fellas. Bacon, sausages, and more bacon. Probably even some beans. Today is a big day. Because you are scaffolders. Whatever your story, this is a great place to start. Premier Inn. Premier You.
Breakfast prices and options may vary. Exclude certain locations.
Talk Radio, traffic and travel.
In Essex, the M11 junctions 8 to 7, the inside lane closed for emergency roadworks. M4 in Berkshire, westbound junctions 8 to 10, lanes 1 and 2 are blocked due to an accident. M1 in Bedfordshire, southbound junctions 12 to 11, at the lane 3 out of 4, that's blocked by an accident and recovery work. And in Bristol, the M4 westbound, about a mile before the toll plaza, junctions 22 to 23, the outside lane blocked by an accident here as well. Cheshire, the M56 east, junctions 9 to 7, lanes 1 and 2 closed due to debris on the road. I'm Stuart Watt.
My thing? My abs. They're big on Instagram. Well, they were until I dropped a dumbbell on my phone. Anyway, I need a replacement. 12 megapixel camera for maximum muscle definition. But my budget is lower than my body fat ratio. So, you know what? It's got to be refurb.
Russell's thing. It's clearly a refurbished smartphone from eBay. That's as good as new with 12-month seller warranty. Buy refurbished tech on eBay and save up to 50% versus new. eBay. Find your thing.
Talk Radio. 24-hour radio debate and entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
There is only one Whale.
James Whale on Talk Radio.
Good evening. We're just listening to some of the humour from Paul Chowdhury, which...
it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, very funny. Hang on, I just want to go back to this rabbi thing. I'm sure that a rabbi that Mrs. W and I knew. I can remember we had a few drinks, and he then kissed her on both cheeks.
It's a bit of...
Is that a bit off?
To me, that's slack rabbiing. I mean,
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, I once saw this girl I knew,
Yeah?
and, she was just a normal girl that I knew from before. We used to, be at parties and all that. Party girl. And then I saw her, about 10 years later, and I went, oh, how are you doing? I went to kiss her, and she pulled back.
Really?
And I went, what's going on? She goes, I've married this, I married a rabbi. Now I can't.
You sure that wasn't just made up because it was you?
Yeah, it could have been, actually, yeah.
Let's talk to Imran, who's calling us from Leeds. Imran, hi.
All right, man.
Hi, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, we're good, man.
Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, just listening to a lot of radio stations recently. It's the first time I've ever rang up to a radio station. I'm a British-born Muslim. My parents came over in the late 60s, worked all their lives, brought up 6 kids, always food on the table, etc. Taught us good manners, get on with people, didn't matter what colour, what race, what religion, etc. And I'm just seeing a lot on the media, mainstream and stuff like that, after the attacks, which I totally condemn as a British Muslim. It's not, like whatever's going on in Syria or Iraq or anything, it's not right that somebody can justify it by doing the horrific things that have happened. I'm from Manchester originally.
Yeah.
I was at the Take That concert on the Friday, and then the incident happened on the Monday. My wife walked in on I think it was a Monday or Sunday night. She walked in on Monday morning, took my phone, and said, "You need to look at what's going on in there." Rang my mum up. My mum's lived in Manchester all her life. My mum crying her eyes out. She couldn't sleep or anything. And it's kind of like that people are pointing the finger at us, asking us to do something. James, my day starts with me getting up in the morning, getting 2 kids ready, getting ready for work, doing a 19th-hour fast at the moment. I've got quite a responsible job. My wife's got a really responsible job. My wife's white Christian, by the way, as well. We live in the same household. It's pretty peaceful.
How come you still follow the sort of all this praying every day and fasting and all that if you're married to a woman of a different religion? Do you not feel you can give it up?
No, I don't want to give it up, James, because to me that keeps me content with what I want or what I need. If I pray 5 times a day, I can't get drunk, I can't get stoned, I can't take drugs, really? I won't go out there and rob somebody or anything like that. Because if you pray
just because you're praying 5 times a day, I could pray 5 times a day and still find time to go out and have a few drinks and ogle a few women.
Of course you can, but if you're praying, you shouldn't be praying when you're drunk, etc. You shouldn't be. So obviously, if you're praying from when the sun rises to when the sun sets, you're gonna keep yourself sober in the hours of daylight. You're going to be doing pretty much good things because you're remembering about praying the next time. And doing anything wrong is totally against pretty much everything that we believe in. And it keeps me in check as well.
Well, I think
example of what I said to my children.
Imran, I think the point I made is that this is a tiny minority of a bunch of people who are idiots, okay? It's a bunch of idiots, and it is time that we stopped pretending or apologising to Muslims, saying, well, I'm sorry, it's not you, but it's these. Yeah, well, that goes without saying. Every time somebody commits a crime...
But James, we're getting classed together, James. Like,
that's ignorant people do that, isn't it? That's not actually...
But the thing is that sometimes the way you put... The way that the presenters say, the Muslim people within the communities... I don't know a lot of Muslims where... I'm from Manchester originally. I've got Bradford around the corner. That's got quite high Muslim popularity. But we feel like we're being singled out and we have to do something, but... What you actually
during the I think this is.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
I think what you're doing now, Imran, is a very good step in the right direction. I think until recently, a lot of people who felt that the people in their community, there's another word I hate, but still, I think of this as a community that we all live in, but, unfortunately, we've split it up into little areas. And if more people like you come on programs like this and say what you're saying, Imran, then people will feel as if everybody is doing their bit. If, the Secret Service and the police don't like the criticism they're now getting, I'm very sorry, but somebody in the authorities let the side down. Somebody tells me that they were given information from the Muslim community.
It was in the news, so it's actually been publicised that the Muslim community are helping. It's the security service.
But I think that the people who are British and follow Islam just need to speak out a little more against these idiots. I know a lot of Muslim people are very shy.
They won't listen.
Well, they've
been radicalised.
Just to come back to that, I mean, I think it's what the media wants to portray. I mean, like, there were so many Muslims marching against ISIS in foreign countries. We've done it in London, we've done it in Manchester, but it's never ever publicised. You know, as Muslims ourselves, we're seeing more Muslims being terrorised than anything else.
In a balanced way, I apologise, but until recently, a lot of Muslims don't want to raise, and I can understand that, because, you know, people don't want to be talked about. Some people don't want their business discussed. Some people don't want to be heard on the radio. But when it was the problem of the Irish, the Catholic and the Protestant terrorists, there were lots of Irish people getting very upset. I remember one Irish guy calling me and saying, why am I always stopped at the airport when I come from Belfast to me? Why is it always me that gets picked on? I said, because some Irish people are putting bombs in bins in England and killing lots of people, and I'm afraid that it's being done by Irish people. Yeah, but I'm not doing it. No, I didn't say you were doing it, but it's being done by people from your country and from your culture and from your area. And that's why.
Unfortunately, you know, we're going to get tarnished with the same brush, and that comes from a lot of ignorant people that can't differentiate between us and the people that are causing the trouble and stuff like that. My fear is, yeah, James, for my children, you know, I saw a couple of posts on Facebook, a couple of lads from Liverpool and some of the stuff that they put on, and thank God my children are old enough, but I work in telecommunications myself, and if I was younger and I'd have seen something like that, and the way that they directed their hatred towards other people, you know, towards people who've got nothing to do with anything, well, that would have seriously scared or scarred people.
The people who are doing that, Imran, the people who are doing that, the right-wing extremists, the people who wrap themselves up in the Crusader flag, and by the way, I want that flag, the flag of flipping St. George, who, by the way, was a Palestinian, I want that flag removed. I find no respect for that flag. I want a proper English flag.
He didn't even like England, apparently,
no.
St. George.
He
never came here.
No. And those idiots are just the same as the people who go out and commit these atrocities. I put those all in the same bag, okay?
There was an imam, I think, it was on Piers Morgan on the programme in the morning. I can't remember what it's called. But he was saying to the imam, you need to do something. There is no us or them. You know, my father, God rest his soul, he passed away a couple of years ago. On his gravestone, we put a friend of everybody. My dad had a shop, he had markets. My mum and dad, like, everybody loved me mum and dad, yeah? It didn't matter you were black, white, green, whatever. You know, we learned to integrate from a very, very young age.
Unfortunately, you know, Imran, there are people who are spreading stories of hatred within mosques around this country.
Have you ever seen it yourself? Have you ever seen anyone?
You know what? That there though, yeah, right. That to me is like a lot of that. Yeah, I go to a mosque. Okay, I spoke to a parent of a child that goes to my children's school, and she's a police officer, and she was talking about but I think the imams. I've been to I've been to a mosque in Cheadle, I've been to a main mosque in Manchester that's been there for over 40 years, and a massive mosque in Bradford. And never once, and I've been to a lot of other mosques as well, and never once have I heard them incite any kind of, all they talk about now is remorse for whatever has gone on. You know what I mean?
I'm glad. Look, I
don't think it happens at the big mosques.
Hang on.
I think it's just
Let me ask you a question, Imran.
Yeah.
If you'd gone to your mosque and what the imam was saying was inflammatory, maybe only slightly inflammatory, would you have called the police?
Without a doubt.
Good. That's all I want. That's all anybody wants.
And first and foremost, because I'm not shy, James, I'd go up to the imam and I'd say something to him first and foremost. because he should, as an imam, he's got a massive responsibility on his shoulders, and inciting any kind of hatred or bias or being partial towards somebody is totally against anything that we believe is anything we believe.
Don't these fundamentalists gather people from a mosque and have a sort of subsection like Abu Hamza? Wasn't Finsbury Mosque imam, but he sort of got a few people out, and some of the some of the lads get sucked into fundamentalists who will pick them up at the mosques and possibly sort of groom them.
Anybody with a strong enough mentality or a strong is able to influence people can grab anybody and make them believe in certain things that they want to, and make them believe in their ideology. It's got nothing to do. I don't believe it's got nothing, and we keep on coming back to this. It's happening in the mosque. I don't believe it is happening in the mosque. You know, if you look at the internet, the things that you can access and the people that you can access all over the internet, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, now
it's a lot easier it's a lot easier to infiltrate and influence people through the internet than it is in a mosque. It doesn't. I'm telling you now. I'm 42 years old. I've been going to mosque all my life. I used to be a naughty boy when I was younger. I've only got into my spirituality since I've been older. I've seen it all, lads. I've seen it. Most of my friends are, white English. Yeah, I don't have that many Asian friends, believe it or not. But I've seen everything. I've seen it on all sides, and it doesn't happen in the mosque.
No, it's changed. It's changed since the internet.
Good. Right. This guy Abu Hamza and his boys and all them idiots. Channel 4 had him there on the news. Why didn't the police pick him up then? And then we're getting told you need to look into your communities. Look, we're into our communities. Mate, come and do my job for me. Pay my put my food on the table, get my kids ready in the morning. My daughter's got proper attitude. You can deal with that every morning if you want to, yeah? She's 6 years old. And I'll go out and I'll try and find them for you.
Yeah. Imran, do me a favour.
Honest to God, give me a break.
Do me a favour. Do me a favour. In a few weeks' time, ring me back again and have another rant like this. It'll be good for all of us.
No problem, James.
All right,
I don't rant a lot. I've just got my son's knocking on the car windows, get me out of the car. Listen, you guys have a good night.
And you. And that was a good call.
It was good, man.
Yeah. I don't not believe in God. I'm an agnostic. You have a good night. Thank you very much indeed for that. It was good, Imran. Thanks.
Election Night Live with Julia Hartley-Brewer on Talk Radio. This Thursday night from 10.
Join me, Julia Hartley-Brewer, for instant results, breaking news and expert analysis as the votes are counted.
The factions, the fury, the fallout. Order. Get knockout election coverage that packs a political punch from Talk Radio's Instrument of Power.
The rumours are completely unfounded. There's no